All right, one of the things that we are going to be working on in Chem 2 is a lot of math. And in order to understand the math, we need to understand how to do picket fence formatted division and multiplication. And we also are going to need to be able to go between metric conversions. And so that's what this worksheet is all about. So what we're going to do is I am going to show you guys how to set these up, and then hopefully you guys will be able to continue this on your own for the rest of the semester. It is really important that you remember how to do it in this format, because that is part of the standard, is understanding this format as well. So the first question we see here is how many grams are in 2.5 kilograms? Whenever you are getting ready to do any of the math problems, one of the biggest things you should remember is we always start with what you know. And in this case, we know 2.5 kilograms. So I'm going to start by writing that down, 2.5 kilograms. And then you're going to put a line and then a line here. Anytime that you are traveling across a line like this, across here, that's going to be multiplication. And anytime you're going down over a line, that's going to be division. Now, whatever unit you start with, which in this case is kilograms, that unit is going to go on the bottom. So I know I'm going to kilograms. And then you look at what are they asking you to find. In this case, they're asking us to find grams. So I know that grams is going to go on top. So if I look up here, I'm going to find any sort of conversion factor, these are called conversion factors, that matches a grams to kilograms. Well, this one is kilojoules to joules, liters to milliliters, grams to milligrams, but this first one here is kilograms to grams. So for every 1 kilogram, we have 1,000 grams. So this is how this would be set up. So you're going to take your calculator and you're going to multiply 2.5 times 1,000, hit enter, and then divided by 1. And when you do that, your answer should come out to be 2,500 on your calculator. Now, because we are multiplying, it would be kilograms times grams and then divided by kilograms. So those units will cancel each other out, and you're left with grams as your unit to end with, and that is your final answer. So let's go ahead and try the next one here. How many liters are in 350 milliliters? So we always start with what we know. We know 350 milliliters. Set up your picket fence. I know whatever unit I start with here has to go on the bottom. And then I'm going to, they're asking me to go to liters, so liters is going to go on top. Then I'm going to scroll up and I'm going to say, okay, are any of these liters to milliliters? And I see that this one is right here. So for every 1 liter, there are 1,000 milliliters. So as I come here, I'm going to do 350 times 1, hit enter, divided by, because we're going down now, divided by 1,000. And when we do that, your calculator should read 0.350. My milliliters are canceling, so the only unit I'm left with is a liter. Okay. All right, on to the next one. How many milligrams are in 25 grams? So I'm going to start with what I know, 25 grams. And then I know the unit that I start with goes on the bottom of the next one. And they're asking me to go to milligrams, so that's what's going to go on top. And then you look up at the top of your page, anything that goes between milligrams and grams, which this one does right here. So for every 1 gram, there are 1,000 milligrams. So you multiply across the tops, 25 times 1,000, divide by the bottoms, and you should get 25,000. And my grams cancel, which means I'm left with milligrams for my unit. We're going to do one more, and then the rest you can do on your own. So how many milliliters are in 0.85 liters? So we start with what we know, 0.85 liters. Do my picket fence. I know whatever I start with goes on the bottom of the next one. They're asking me to go to milliliters, so that goes on top. If you look up at the top, anything between milliliters and liters, which puts us here in the middle. So for every 1 liter, there are 1,000 milliliters. 0.85 times 1,000, hit enter, divided by 1, you should get 850. My liters cancel, and I'm left with milliliters for my unit. Now you should be able to do the rest of this worksheet on your own and then check it with the answer key provided.